Hi, this is Ruth Theresa with One Inspiring Woman, and today I'm answering a Dear Ruth Theresa question. That's right, today I'm answering a question, and I tell you, I've been kind of asked this in several different times in kind of different versions over the years. And so when I got asked this the other day, I thought, let me do a video on this one. So the question is, Dear Ruth Theresa, how does alcohol really affect our psychic abilities? So, of course, anything we take in can affect our psychic abilities. Now, alcohol, because of the way it reacts in our system, we can have kind of affect our brain in many different ways and kind of impair our judgment, our function, and kind of can lead to some other issues later on. I will tell you that one of the things that's kind of really interesting with this is as we kind of go from that tipsy stage to kind of getting more and more drunk, we become less and less aware of our surroundings. And so as we do, we're kind of more focused on like what's right in front of us. I want to go do this, or I want to go do that. And it's only what's really right in front of us. And so we kind of put blinders on for a lot of energy that's kind of around us. And so that's one of the ways that can kind of make us react differently, is because we're not aware of what's around us. We're not really paying attention to what's around us. And therefore, our reaction time or our reactions to things may be a lot slower because we're not realizing it's a threat to us. And so we can find negative energy, negative people, demonic energy, all of that kind of stuff, and kind of all of us, oh my gosh, I'm not reacting the way I should be with this. One of the things is it also impairs our memory. And so when we have memory issues, sometimes it's kind of like, oh, I don't remember I shouldn't go into this room, or I don't remember that this has negative energy here. And so we do it anyway just because we're so impulsive at that time frame. And so that's something that can, like, that memory issue cause issues at the beginning of it, but it can also cause issues on the other side of it, is like after we kind of get over being drunk and kind of come back to reality, how did the alcohol kind of like impair our memory of what we should have remembered, or this happened or that happened, or I was around this negative energy and I need to cleanse off that energy, but because you don't remember it, you didn't cleanse it off. And so it's kind of affecting us in many, many different ways. A lot of times when we are under the influence of alcohol, balance and coordination problems can come around, and that can also cause us to be off balance with our psychic abilities at the same time. So if you're used to body testing and you're trying to body test something when you're a little tipsy or drunk, it's one of those, you may not get the right answer or the right information that you really require at that time frame to clear this up or to get this done in the right way. So it's just kind of one of those, you got to clear this up. So these are just a few of the ways that it can kind of affect us. One of the other ways is a lot of times people do it to relax. People have a couple of beers or a glass of wine or whatever else, and they're doing it to relax and kind of like kind of slow down your brain, kind of like turn it off for a little bit. And therefore then you're getting into the same problem, is because you are not aware of what's going on, it can cause more and more issues, because you're kind of like, I just want to chill out and relax, or zoom out and kind of watch TV or whatever else. And with the alcohol in your system, you're not feeling the energy shifts in the room or people coming in and out with different types of energy. So we're just not as aware in alcohol when we're drinking than we should be. And so it's a really important thing to understand that It really does affect us. It really always has. And a lot of times people are like, oh, it's not that big a deal. No, for a lot of people, it isn't that big a deal. If you're in a safe environment where you trust the people around you, or you're at home and it's just a few friends and everybody you trust, that's a great way to do it. But I will tell you, sometimes people are drinking, psychic people with a lot of abilities are drinking while they're out and about. And if you're not really careful, you can pick up negative energy. You can pick up other people's negative vibrations or whatever it is, and kind of like you take it home instead of them. And so now you're dealing with it instead of them dealing with it. So that's kind of one of those kind of not so great ways to do it. So let's pull some angel cards and get us a little bit more information about how does alcohol really affect our psychic abilities. And this is the first one coming up. This one is retrograde, and this is all about reviewing. If you think back to the last time you had some alcohol, maybe a beer or two, maybe a glass of wine or something like that, what was the energy around you? Just think of that. It's one of those, what were the energies around you? Maybe someone else is, complaining about their boss. Like, oh my gosh, he's so horrible, or she's so bad, and blah, 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 on and on and on and on. Well, you're getting contaminated with that energy as they're kind of letting things off. It's kind of rolling onto you, and that kind of brings in that pig pen kind of energy of and negative energy is rolling off of them. And since your abilities are not up, or your barriers are not up, usually with alcohol, the way they should be, it's coming straight at you. And so that's something that can really affect us in a lot of different ways, and a lot of times in negative ways. And so we kind of wake up with that negative energy all around us and not really sure how or when we got it. This is kind of the North Node, and this is all about the future. Because we kind of, like I said, wake up with that negative energy, the future can be unpredictable, because now we're dealing with negative energy that doesn't belong to us. It's someone else's negative energy. And so now we're having to clean it up or take care of it or deal with it. And that can be overwhelming for us. And so probably one of the reasons why we picked it up is because we have something similar to them. Maybe we had a boss way back when that we didn't like, but maybe we got rid of it and we changed bosses or whatever it is and kind of got over that part, but they haven't. So it's got some attachment to us because we had something similar, but because they haven't worked through theirs, now we're having to work through their energy as well, and that can be overwhelming for us. The next one is the 11th house, and this is about community. The people that you drink with, depending on where you are. Like I said, if you're at home and you're with just a few friends, you probably are not too bad off. But if you are out in the community, if you were out in the neighborhood or drinking at a bar where there's a lot of people, your inhibitions are down, and you can pick up a lot of negative energy from a lot of different people, and being overwhelmed. When I have just been at restaurants, I have felt negative energy from other people that are dealing with their own personal backgrounds or anything like that. But because I'm not out in alcohol kind of thing, it's one of those, I can put my barriers up and block that negative energy from attaching to me. This is the 10th house, and this is the authority. That's kind of what you're missing, is when you are drinking alcohol, you're kind of missing being in the authority over your energy. You're allowing other people around you to kind of dictate what your energy is like or how it's going to affect you. So that's kind of one of those interesting things, is you're not in control anymore. Someone else is, or the alcohol is. And so that can bring on a lot of negative energy. This one is Chiron, and this is all about healing. And Chiron is kind of our really protective healer of energy. And I will tell you that when we are drinking, usually we're doing it to kind of like weirdly kind of heal us, or kind of take a break, or kind of get that relaxation that we normally would be getting on our own, but we're not getting. And so that can kind of bring in things that we have to heal more of. Like I was just talking about, like, it's not yours, it's theirs, and we're having to clear it up again, or clean it up again and again and again. And it's because we connected to their energy in some way. This is the transits, and this is all about the climate. Like I said, depending on where you go and drink your alcohol at, I will tell you that the climate there, I have been to many bars in my life. I've been out and about, and I can pick up that negative energy. I can pick up energy from people that have been raped or molested. I can pick up that energy from someone who is aggressive or violent in that area or abusive. I can feel all of that. And if I didn't have my abilities on 100%, I would get caught up in that energy. And that's where we're kind of getting into this, is where is this energy not protecting us? Where is our energy not taking care of us in this? Because that's what it's there for, is to keep us protected. This will be our last one, and this is all about Venus, and this is all about the beloved. And understanding that this energy is not that you can't drink alcohol, it's your choice. My information is just to let you know how it can affect you, and you get to make that choice. I'm not making that choice for anybody else, but I will tell you that when you love yourself, it kind of makes it a little bit easier, or it makes it easier to kind of like, I'm only going to have, one beer, or I'm only going to have one glass of wine and then stop before I get impaired in my energy and being able to bring in a lot of negative things around me. I thank you so much for joining me tonight, and I know that we'll be talking again soon.